everybody, Kevin here from Invisible Insights, your high performance coach with a little something for your performance edge. And today we come from the Starbucks parking lot and got fired up with some caffeine, and I'm going to talk real fast, so hopefully I can slow down and you can keep up with that. But hey, I want to talk with you about the whole concept of development. A lot of conversations today with clients on the process of development. And a lot of times we talk through the lens of goals, and we've talked about this many, many times. We talked about primary aspiration theory and how our aspiration, when we really detail it and articulate it, creates an outcome. And most of our goals really live in the outcome itself. And but in the process of that, we started unpacking like development dynamics in light of that. In other words, hey, there's an area that I want to work on. There's an area I want to develop. And they're often talking about mentors. And what it takes to get a mentor and things like that. And what I said to them, and I'm going to say to you, is this: the ability to get mentorship today is unbelievably off the charts because of the visual dynamics that live online with podcasts. You get to a front row seat to great questions being asked, people being kind of, processing things out loud in real time that really get you thinking. There's also books. Those become mentors as well. Tim Ferriss wrote a book called The Tribe of Mentors, where he took all of the podcast episodes that he ever had and highlighted them all and put them in a book. And Tribe of Mentors, I'm trying to think what the other one is. Tools of the Titans is the other one, where it's just, it's just a chart. The book is like this thick. So it's like full of things. The thing I want you to understand is this. When we think about mentors, obviously you can go to a conference and every speaker can be a mentor. We tend to think of it as there's this interaction, that is consistently happening all the time. And that's coaching, and it happens. And there's mentoring that happens with coaching. But I want to just break down a framework for you. So let's say that you're reading a book, or you're watching a podcast, or a series of podcasts with different interviews, or perhaps you're at a conference and you're listening to different speakers. The framework I want to give you is mentor, moment, and move. And so, first of all, when you're listening, let's say I'm at a conference and the first speaker's up, and let's say it's Simon Sinek. He's now my mentor. So I'm writing at the top. And what I'm looking for in the context of whatever he's saying, and again, it's one thing, not a million things. I'm not taking a million notes because I ain't going to do anything with a million notes. I'm looking for that moment. What's that moment? What's that thing that I feel either in my gut, either in my chest or my neck, that I feel like, I need to do that. And I need to take that moment. I need to write out what I'm feeling in that moment and really feel like, hey, what do I need to do with it? That leads us to the next piece, which is the move. After that, I write the moment out and I clarify the moment. I then say, hey, the move is on Tuesday, the 21st of March, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to make this phone call, or I'm going to have this conversation, or I'm going to pursue this new idea, or whatever that is. And it's about making that move. Now, what I want to make sure that you do is that you talk with people about the moments and the moves. Here's why. Because if you get with someone on the moment and you're looking at the moment, you magnify it. When you start sharing it with someone and someone starts adding value to what you're thrashing through, it goes to another level. That's why networking is so powerful. That's why having coffees with people need to be purposeful. They need to have the idea of, here's something I'm learning right now. What is your take on it? They all of a sudden magnify it. They start taking it and making it richer, which impacts your move and multiplies the impact of your move. You get move multiplication. It expands what that is. It multiplies the impact. It magnifies the moment. That is the key here. So when you're listening, when you're to a book or on audio, like when it's like time to stop, when you have a moment, it's a stop. You don't consume everything. You get in it and you find out that moment, clarify the moment, set the move, get with some other people, thrash through the moment, multiply the impact, magnify the moment. All that stuff starts coming out, and next thing you know, man, it starts to take on a life of its own. And all of a sudden, the momentum that comes from it. And we talked about there's a direct connection to utility, how useful that is for you, and the kind of momentum that you get, the kind of excitement that you have to pursue it, the motivation. All that comes as a byproduct of that. So ride this thing out, my friend. Get after it. Find your mentors, narrow it down, and start listening. Find the moments. Man, make the moves. Thrash with somebody. Magnify it, multiply it, and see what happens. You're going to have a story to tell because you're going to text me and tell me about it. And that's a huge invisible to see, by the way. And when you see the invisible, you become unstoppable. Have a great day, everybody.